This part almost makes me just want to waste some time, you know? Because, like, let me show you. Okay. We're focusing on this, of course. See this right here? I told you, these things, man, you wouldn't believe how something so stupid could be creepy, right? Of course, it's, like, next to something like this. Hold on. And that's, you know, if you were to ask a lot of people, that's kind of creepy, too. Yeah, that's a little bit creepy also. But, where's the... trying to get it. It's kind of hard to get, apparently. It's an activation, that's why it's kind of hard. Okay, yeah. Yeah, see, that's how you jolt it up. And if you keep doing it again and again, right? So we just keep doing it again and again. We get kind of the motion, right? Now we can also look at this. We'll look at this. Hold on. See this right here? Yeah, what the heck, dude? And sometimes when I'm finding stuff like this, it's not like an instant, oh, I know what's going on here. Because this right here, I could kind of have an idea on this a little bit, but, you know, to me, it actually does kind of look like this is some new stuff, okay? Space, probably not, but, like, you know what's weird, too, is trying to accept the ideas, would they be making it or remaking it, you know? Because that's another thing. I mean, like, you already get kind of the energy with that up there, but, like, is there an idea? Then we got this. This looks pretty crazy right here. This actually does look crazy. Yeah, it does. See how it just, like, blends? It's a blender. Oh, yeah, that is pretty good. That is actually pretty good. It'd be nice to see that thing in like as an animation moving, you know, see its movements and that. But yeah, the idea behind it is the whole idea behind this stuff. Because see, we even got like this going, hanging on right around here. Hold on, we got that. The idea is they can make a new concepts, right? And then they can make repetitive, because it would be pretty creepy to see something in a different game with like they've had probably a ton of ideas when it comes to what this is. Oh, I'm really digging that, actually. I thought that was stupid for a minute, but like, no, I'm actually digging that, because this is when I was talking about too, that there are other secrets. And another thing that I'm talking to about with this that's so cool about this thing, because you'd probably go to like the conclusion, right, of just like legs or arm or whatever, you'd go to the conclusion of that. But or if you were like to look at my past videos, you'd go to like the Ocarina of Time stuff, which is okay. That's all right to like look at that stuff. But there is that's what's been the most annoying thing. I don't want to like kill the vibe, and you see it's like continuing on. See how it's like continuing on into a whole entire thing of itself? Well, that's the thing. Sometimes you don't want to like take away kind of like the magic that's behind it, you know, because there's just like a lot of there's a lot of stuff to it, you know. So you and you got this up here, and then like looking like, you know, eyeballs, bra, all kinds of things, right? But there's there's a simple idea that I always focus on, and one of the things I focus on is not trying to tell everything, because when I get better examples like this, then it shows you, yeah, something can happen, you know, like something can, like a lot of things can happen, you know, just a ton of things you wouldn't think could happen in a video game can happen. But there's see, even like looking over, let's look over here real quick. We're gonna wrap it up though. We'll get our time consumed if we focus too much. Funny to think if that thing disappeared. I don't think it did. Yeah, some of the stuff disappears too, by the way. It's like valuable content. See, look, we got that spot. But yeah, there might even be some stuff I haven't seen yet, of course. And and see how when you move the camera angle, it's like I was just, you know, paying attention to a lot of stuff, right? That's good. That is really good. You can't even deny that's really good. That's good. This right here, because whenever I was talking about silver, right? See, I was talking about silver. I was talking about all kinds of crazy things. I was talking about vulvas, right? Vulvas, right? We like to be professional if we can, but sometimes we just can't be professional, because when we're not professional, right, we get kind of like a little bit better of an idea of what we're trying to like look at. But if you notice, the camera angle made us look at that, even that right there too, and up here. So yeah, this stuff's been powerful. It's been creepy. It's been disturbing. It's been powerful stuff. And see, like, even when we focus on this, we see that little entanglement for TS stuff, you know, and all kinds of stuff. And blotches, because there is makeup. Now, after I show you this, and it's like, oh, Spyro, oh, he's back here again. Yeah, you know, oh no, we like Spyro. Oh no, I like Spyro. No, you like Spyro. Spyro, the Spyro stuff, I even want to research the Spyro stuff sometimes. But the little spot you got here, see how that's like the silver, and it has that. The Bratz movie was crazy when I rewatched the Bratz movie, because I always be talking about the little silver. I am in love with this little silver thing, and for many reasons, I'm in love with the little silver. And I really do like this because it's showing a kind of like a different spot to what I've been trying to show you guys. Another thing is, like, think about the things that you've like looked at, right? You've looked at Persona Tactica's Akichi DLC. Yeah, you've looked at the Akichi DLC. Yeah, the males and the females. And then, like, notice how we got kind of like a little fusion thing. If you were to like look at this long enough, kind of looks like a little bit of a fusion thing again, right? So when people like think about things like Mario 64, you know, because there's the ground, and there's the ground, how you'll be like looking at the rocks, and you'll keep turning it around, you know, until you see like all the different things on the rocks down below once you've drained the water out. But there's the idea behind it. That's why I was the other thing that I was showing before was pretty important, because this thing and tiny things. I just can't even believe it with this thing, because like I've been showing you a lot of corner, right? So I've been showing you a lot of point. I've been showing you parts like this in Mario Kart, right? I've been showing you about space, right? But this is actually really, really good, because let me show you what I mean. When you zoom out, when you zoom out of that, you still get kind of like a crazy feeling, you know what I mean? You get like a feeling. This is only a 2D image too, so there is like the 3D thing. The drive behind it is finding the 3D stuff of it. Now look how this even has a 2 up here. Has like a 1-2. It's getting a little naughty. Yes, it's a little bit naughty up there, showing how it's 1-2. But also it's showing off like a lot of things. When you think about it, it's showing off warped, right? Something being like warped or like being sucked in or warped in, right? And I was it the jeez. Oh yeah. Luigi's Mansion, right? Luigi's Mansion. Like what I always thought was funny about Luigi's Mansion, okay? And the ideas that I thought was pretty funny behind Luigi's Mansion is you had another game that came along with Luigi's Mansion. It was Pikmin, right? And I always knew Pikmin was better. But like, Luigi's Mansion had just a huge distraction because the whole drive behind Mario 64. So there's this huge drive behind Mario 64, right? Just a lot of people love Mario 64. But then also came out the game Pikmin. And this part right here is showing like this too. Another thing is we also talk about the common thing of veins, right? So another thing is kind of like, I don't like it when people like limit themselves, because sometimes I suggest not limiting yourself because like Ico, right? So in Ico, there's I also like the color base of this right here, this little color base they got going on here. But Ico has the two. It has the two. It has the vein, the grabbing of the wrists with the veins, right? And then if you look at the Nico trailer, you get like the veins stuff like flying everywhere, which can also get you around to the Resident Evil stuff because we're also trying to figure out if there's anything in Resident Evil, right? Which there's some things in Resident Evil, but we're trying to figure out the things that we need to pay attention to in Resident Evil, right? Because it'd be better to find like the good content of Resident Evil, versus the and then because the reason behind that is Resident Evil has a lot of odd things. Have you noticed that Resident Evil has like a lot of odd things with the attacks? Like the way the characters attack the other character and they like fling them 20 feet. Or they do like stuff like that. And then you have a whole entire game called What Control, which is where you're just like levitating and shooting people and levitating, which that game Control. And this game that I'm playing right now is Gungrave, which is another gun game. And this has kind of like those superpower stuff in it too. But the of course like. And I just like, we always like Point because Point always has crown. It always has the Maya crown. See, always has the Maya crown. Then there's the. But what I really liked about this too is normally you can see faces like this in different games, but like what I liked about this is the detail that was behind this because this was a better detail because the spot that it has right there. See that little spot it has right there. It has a little bit of closer to something I actually want to find, Also, if you notice the spot, now if you were to take out, watch how creepy this is. If you take these two out, okay, so you're going to take these two out. I kept on showing you this over and over again. And the reason I kept over showing that again and again, this is what it was hard for me to tell to the Pokemon community because the Pokemon community has been like wondering what the heck this is. Well, see, I took those two out, and then now we've got kind of a clear image of this, how this one's different from this one. See, so it's not like an easy thing to get into. The evolution of Pokemon too, because like they have like that, but there's a ghost, all kind. We could get into a long talk about Pokemon, pocket monsters, but there's that was surprisingly a lot of content, wasn't it? Yeah, that was a ton of content. Where was the I almost don't want to quit right now. I think I'll get back to it though, because I am gonna like be in like tangents, if I just keep looking at this stuff. But see, I'm trying to itch this one before we go. See, let me itch this real quick. Yeah, look at that. I knew when I was like looking over here. See this? Got this down there. That's good because of the Atlas stuff that I found. And sometimes I also like to say, like, you can have passions, you can have hobbies, right? You can have passions, hobbies for something, right? Diagonal is crazy, isn't it? Making a whole entire head. It's a whole entire head made by Diagonal. But like if you stay like I have passions too, just as much as you have passions, right? But if you stay passionate towards one thing and that becomes kind of like the main thing that you like to pay attention to, man, you are screwing yourself over, dude. You are really screwing yourself over. Cut Spyro again. See how Spyro's pretty messed up too. I mean, if you know anything about females or the anatomy of females, it's kind of the thing. Seeing this always again, seeing a 1, 2, 3 again is kind of crazy too. Because it's like, how many times are we going to see 1, 2, 3, right? Now, when we switch it, it's crazy. Let's see. See, when we switch it gets tiny, right? Yeah, that's more like a face kind of form of it. Notice how we get to move the motion of it, though, kind of like it is 3D, right? I've been wondering, too, because they can take little, small, tiny file sizes, right? And they can cram that file size. So they can take this file size and, like, the whole specs thing is kind of there's an argument behind the whole specs thing, because it doesn't matter how many specs your game really has. It's just kind of the idea of putting into your game what you want to put inside your game, you know? If your game is designed, your game can be designed in many different ways. So not all the times is it just because the file size of the game. Not all the time is it just going to be like, you know, I'm really digging that right down there below this up here and this below it. This right here below it. I can't believe how far this video has been extended, dude. I think I wanted to end with Tail again, because Tail is really weird. That's why I was like looking. Oh, yeah. See, Tail is kind of sick. Tail is a little bit disgusting because Tail is, I mean, the idea of it just being a tail out of something, okay, just like a tail out of something. But there's, but another thing is that how tiny Tail is, and then you make Tail tiny enough, and then you got it crammed inside somewhere, right? Yeah. So now it's so from what it used to be, and now it's crammed into something. Even the stupid ideas, see, that's what I mean too. Also, even the ideas that you think would be like really dumb, because that's what you would think. You'd think, oh man, this is stupid or something. There'd be like things you think are dumb, right? But then when you actually see it, and then you see like a lot of things as around it, right? Now, do we got enough time for Faded Blue? Yeah, Faded Blue is okay. This is okay. I mean, I've just shown you this so much. It kind of creeps me out, but it's like I've shown it so much, you know? But yeah. It's, because notice how this one's not, and this one's just like Faded Blue. But, yeah, it's Faded Blue is always creepy, but like I've seen the drawl in people, and I was kind of like laughing at this person's video today. I'm not gonna mention the person's name, but the person's idea behind what they were trying to say, and I was kind of like, well, dude, I'm kind I kind of don't care, you know? Like that was my impression. I was like, I'm sorry, dude, I just don't care. And the reason I don't care is because like I know the stuff that I need to be looking at versus the stuff that you're not looking at, you know, that kind of thing. I was like, okay, whatever. I was like, whatever, dude. See, I told you I have to stop at some time, right? Because you get stuff like this over here. See this being over here? So that's why we stop sometimes. We stop because there's a lot of stuff to consider. You know, there's some stuff to consider. But I was glad that we got the main things, those main things that you can go back to. Because when you go back to like the main stuff, I even like this. I do. I like this. I like everything about this. I had a funny topic with myself today too, and I wonder if it was important at all. Who knows? It might not be, but it might be. But one of the topics that was in my head was like about Windows. Okay. Because Windows, what is it about Windows? I mean, like, that's just funny how it looks like kind of like the Shin Megami Tensei preview window. But Windows, when you think about Windows, the crazy part is because Window can sound dumb, right? But you think there's companies that will try and sell you Windows, right? There's windows that are what was the window thing? There was this window thing where like I talk about background, right? And I haven't been comfortable enough behind background. I've been trying to get to the point of background, right? Because the point of background, the point of background is pretty crazy. This is showing another idea of space. But the idea behind background, okay? So background, there is an emotional feel you can get out of somebody if you have the correct background. And it's to a popular game that a lot of you people like. So that's why I always mention about background, because there is this background spot with this window, right? It's kind of funny, even like when we like take like simple ideas, like, you know, if you've played Pokemon Let's Go Eevee and then you faced Sabrina and seeing this, you know, I mean, there's all kinds of thinking ideas behind this, right? Yeah, basically, you know, it's like, yeah. Notice how these three right here are next to this. But I don't think they're gonna win against the stuff that I like literally went towards. Okay, so now I'm floating in air. Kind of want to wrap it up because it's gonna need better research. But like the stuff I showed was good. There was a yeah, just showing it again to Pokemon people until they start getting it, right? Think about I also like to. Oh my gosh, that's so cool. That is pretty cool when you think about it. That's cool. But Fee. Okay, so Fee. That scary stuff is always pretty cool. Fee. If we keep seeing this again too, over and over again, you know, every time we keep seeing this again next to that, but we see that right there. But Fee, okay, I'll try not to be too distracted from Fee. So Fee, there was a thought idea I had, because like look how there's two different spots, right? There's this spot right here. There's this is the Fee spot, right? Because you know when you see Fee in the game. But like that's what I always like to accept, is because like, okay, so take the two different universes. You got the Zelda universe, right? And then you got the Pokemon universe, okay? Two different universes of communities, fans, and people. But it's better when people kind of like see past that, you know what I mean? Like seeing like just a little bit of a better idea, you know? Because like I could understand maybe you like Pokemon, right? Maybe you like this game's also disgusting, by the way, because it has this over and over again. Nasty little game. It keeps showing me that. See, eco. That's what I mean. Like, but like that's the thing that people do. They don't pay attention to eco. Really should pay attention to eco, you know, because when you pay attention to eco, then you get this down here. That's why I pay attention to other things. And I feel so silly about it half the times too, because it's like a like that. See, it's like a half kind of like a judgment thing. Well, I like this. Well, I like Pokemon. No, I like Zelda. You know, it's kind of like a stupid argument like that. You know, when you get like the Pokemon fans, the Pocket Monster fans, and then you get like the Zelda fans, and you get them talking to each other, and then you get them into like a stupid pointless fight. You know, and then you're kind of like, you're like, hold on, guys. Fee can definitely connect with different things. Ballerinas also is another thing that, you know, we all have little tiny box, seen the tiny box with the ballerina, right? We've seen this over and over again. There's a reason I wanted to show this. See how we see it over and over again? See this spot? Because when you see this spot over and over again, you have to show it to people. I've shown it to you guys enough, but like you need to show it kind of like, I like to show it like as many chances as I get, because look, it flipped itself upside down, right? See, so now it's upside down. But when you see it enough and enough, this game's doing a really well job of showing it off too, by the way. That's why this game has my actual attention, you know, because it's showing it. Kind of funny to even like look at this thing and be like, you remember the little Yoshi thing? And then when you're just like looking at this right here. But there's the feel that you get from here. See this feel that you get from here when you zoom out? You get this feel right there. There's that feel, that different kind of feel right there. And then you got this. Sometimes, like the new ideas, you know, I'd accept almost everything if I could, because there are possibilities of new ideas. Now, this thing also kind of reminds you of the spider in Shadow of Colossus. You know, kind of reminds you of that a little bit, but it also gives you the idea. Something else. There's of course the tree argument, if you really want to get into it or anything, but like I like to kind of like go for the spider idea of it because of how long it is dipped down there. See how long it's dipped in there. That's why I'm kind of going with the spider thing right now. But oh yeah, if you were to actually pay attention to this too before we go, ew, dude, gosh dang it, ew, son of a gun, that's disgusting. See that's this side. I knew I was onto something, dude. This side view is amazing. This side view, because remember I was showing you just like something silly up here. Where was I showing you? I was showing you this, but then you have like this right here. That's just, oh my gosh, creepy, very creepy. That's actually pretty creepy too. And then you got kind of like how it's like dripping down. See how that's smiling and it's like dripping down? Yeah. Thirsty Thursdays.